Have you ever wondered what billionaires spend their money on? Today, we're going to look at some of the craziest things Mark Cuban owns. Mark Cuban is a super rich businessman who loves to buy cool and expensive stuff. Let's dive in and see what he's got. 1. Lifetime first-class plane ticket. Did you know Mark Cuban has a special ticket that lets him fly first class anywhere in the world for his whole life? It's true. When he first got rich, he bought this amazing ticket for $125,000. That's a lot of money, but think about how much he saves on plane tickets now. Mark doesn't even use this ticket anymore. When he became a billionaire, he gave it to a friend. Now he flies on private jets instead. But isn't it cool to think about having a ticket that lets you fly anywhere, anytime, in the fanciest part of the plane? 2. The domain name Democracy.com. You might think website names are cheap, but not this one. Mark Cuban spent $300,000 to buy the website name Democracy.com. That's as much as a nice house. But why did he buy it? Well, it turns out he didn't want anyone else to have it, especially not Donald Trump. Mark and Trump don't get along very well, and Mark was worried Trump might use the website for something he didn't like. So he bought it himself. 3. Millions lost on meme coins. Mark Cuban loves something called cryptocurrency. It's like special internet money. He especially likes a funny type called meme coins. His favorite is called Dogecoin, which has a picture of a dog on it. Mark likes Dogecoin so much that his basketball team, the Dallas Mavericks, even let people buy tickets and t-shirts with it. They made about $100,000 worth of Dogecoin each month. But one day, something bad happened. A hacker tricked Mark and stole all his cryptocurrency. He lost millions of dollars just like that. It shows that even smart billionaires can sometimes make mistakes with their money. 4. Bulletproof Mercedes Pullman Guard. Imagine having a car that's a tank. That's what Mark Cuban's Mercedes Pullman Guard is like. This car is super safe and costs a whopping $1.5 million. The car is completely bulletproof, even the tires. It weighs as much as 2 big elephants and can even survive a bomb attack. It has a special button that lets Mark talk to people outside the car if he needs to. 5. A ghost town named Mustang. Did you know Mark Cuban owns an entire town? It's true. He bought a place called Mustang in Texas. But here's the funny thing. Nobody lives there. It's what we call a ghost town. Mark bought this empty town for $2 million. Why would he want an empty town? Well, his friend who owned it before was sick and needed to sell it. Mark, being a good friend, decided to buy it. 6. A horror entertainment company. Speaking of spooky things, Mark Cuban bought a company that makes scary stuff. It's called 1031 Productions, and he paid $2 million for it. This company creates super cool and scary things like haunted hair rides and a ghost ship. They even made a horror camp where people can go to get scared for fun. So if you ever go to a cool haunted house or scary Halloween event, it might be one of Mark Cuban's. Isn't it funny to think a billionaire is in charge of scaring people? 7. The Rugged Maniac Obstacle Race. Mark Cuban loves sports, and he even bought his race. It's called the Rugged Maniac, and it's not just any old running race. It's a crazy obstacle course that people run through. In this race, you have to climb over walls, slide down huge water slides, and even run through fire. There are 25 different obstacles to get through. It sounds super fun and super hard at the same time. Mark paid $1.7 million for this race company. Now, he gets to watch people have fun and get muddy running his crazy race course. 8. A vacation home in Laguna Beach. Of course, a billionaire needs a nice place to relax. Mark Cuban has a beautiful vacation home in Laguna Beach, California. This house cost him $19 million. The house has some really cool features. It has walls that can open up so you can be inside and outside at the same time. There's also a private pool with amazing views of the ocean. 9. The Dallas Mansion. Mark Cuban's main home is in Dallas, Texas, and it's huge. The funny thing is, he bought this mansion without even seeing it in person first. He just looked at some pictures and said, "I'll take it." This house has everything you could imagine. There's a basketball court, of course, a giant pool, and even a separate house for guests. Inside, there's a movie theater, a wine cellar, and lots of bars for parties. 10. Party companies. Mark Cuban doesn't just like to party. He owns companies that help other people party. He spent $650,000 on a company that makes light-up gloves that people wear at dance parties called raves. He also spent $1 million on a company that makes really good boxed wine. The cool thing about this wine is that the box looks like a boombox. You know, those big radios people used to carry around. 11. The Dallas Mavericks basketball team. One of Mark Cuban's favorite things he owns is the Dallas Mavericks basketball team. He bought the team for $285 million back in the year 2000. That's a lot of money. At first, the team was losing money every year. But Mark loved basketball so much. He didn't care. He wanted to help the team win a championship. And guess what? They did. Now the team is worth way more than what Mark paid for it. It's valued at $3.8 billion. That means if he sold the team today, he'd make a lot of money. But he loves the team so much, he only sold part of it and still gets to be the boss. 12. Private jets. Last but not least, let's talk about Mark Cuban's private jets. Yes, that's jets with N's. He has more than one. His first jet was a Gulfstream G550. He bought it for $40 million right when he became a billionaire. Can you imagine spending that much on your first private plane? But that's not all. He also bought a huge Boeing 767 jet that cost $100 million. This plane is super fancy and has everything a billionaire could want. The funny thing is, Mark doesn't use this big plane very much. Maybe he likes his smaller jet better. Mark even bought a special jet for his basketball team. It's a Boeing 757 with extra tall seats for tall basketball players. It has a dining area and a bar so the team can celebrate when they win games away from home. So there you have it. 12 super expensive things that Mark Cuban owns. From a lifetime plane ticket to entire towns and basketball teams, Mark sure knows how to spend his billions in interesting ways. What do you think about Mark Cuban's expensive things? Which one would you want if you were a billionaire? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed learning about Mark Cuban's crazy purchases. Hit that subscribe button to see more videos about interesting people and the cool things they own. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.